What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? In this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 automations that every single life insurance agent needs inside of their business ASAP, so that you can implement this and get more out of your business, make more money in less time. Now, if we haven't met yet, my name is Tim Shooker. I run the life insurance sales channel, and I also own a company called Advanced Agent Marketing, where we help insurance agents generate their own leads, implement automation and AI into their business so they can ultimately make 6 figures working from home or anywhere else in the world. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So we're going to be talking about 5 automations that every insurance agent needs, starting with number 1, which is payment reminders, right? Now, specifically, I usually focus with helping insurance agents with final expense. And with final expense, your average avatar, oftentimes it's not that they can't afford the premium. It's just at what point in the month are they going to be able to afford it, right? So one of the things that I automated and implemented for all of the agents that work with us and also within our own agency is payment reminders. Now, basically what we do, and I'll kind of like conceptually walk you guys through how to set up each and every one of these, and make sure to stay to the end because, you know, these 5 automations could literally save you dozens and dozens of hours a week and make you tens of thousands of dollars more every single year, maybe even hundreds of thousands, depending on how much you're selling. So payment reminders, right? Basically, what we do is we set the payment reminder to go out 3 days before first payment. Okay? And the reason that we do this and not like on the day the payment comes out is because I want them to have time to like move the money around. And I also want them to have this heads up so that they choose not to make this purchase, right? Because what usually happens, like the reason that you get chargebacks and the reason people cancel on their policies or lapse payment is they get their social security check, right? So they get social security check comes in this day, and then maybe your billing date is like, so let's say social security check comes in on the 3rd, and then for whatever reason, maybe you bill on like the 5th, right? So you're billing on like the 5th. So they get their social security check, they go to the gas station and they buy something, and then they go to the grocery store and they buy something, and then they pay all of their bills and they buy something, and then they buy something else, and then they buy something else here. And then by the time that it gets to you, there's not enough money in the account, right? This is why you get these lapse payments. But what you can do, obviously, if you're doing it on the day that they get paid, it makes it a lot easier, which I recommend everyone to do. But sometimes the days kind of like misalign for whatever reason. And in that case, it's always helpful to have these payment reminders. And you usually only have to do this for the first like 1 to 3 months so that they get used to the payment. But when it's a brand new payment, a lot of times you'll get these lapses, right? So ultimately, if we can get past the first 3 months, like check, 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 then they're usually going to pay the remainder of the months, right? But we want to get through the first 3, which is why ultimately I recommend using payment reminders. So that is automation 1. You can set this up inside of your Go High Level CRM. Basically, what you would want to do is kind of show you guys how this works. You're going to have a form that you fill out whenever you get a sale. And then one of the questions that you're going to ask on the form is first payment date, okay? And then inside of your CRM, you're going to have it automatically schedule out a text and an email. So text and email 3 days before the payment date, right? And you can basically build that inside of your own Go High Level CRM. Ours already has it. So if you're one of our clients, you'll get this already set up for you, and it's ready to roll out of the box. Or if you want to build it yourself, this is essentially like how it works. So you have a form, you ask a question about the first payment date, and then inside of a Go High Level automation, you schedule out a text and an email 3 days before. So ladies and gents, that is the first automation, which is a payment reminder. Now this other one, this is one that I haven't heard too many people do, but this is something that I discovered and it's worked really well, is actually sending them a pre-birthday text. So a lot of people just wish somebody a happy birthday on their birthday, but the thing is with life insurance, the price goes up every time they have a birthday. The price goes up every time they have a birthday. So if you reach out to them on their birthday and you get in contact with them, right? And maybe you ask them like, because realistically, whenever you reach out to your client, you're finding another opportunity, right? Every reach out equals opportunity for more sales, upsells, cross sells, referrals, right? But the problem is if you reach out to them on their birthday, the price has just gone up, so it's going to be harder to get an upsell, right? The price has just gone up, and so it's harder to get an upsell, right? But if you reach out to them about 1 month before their birthday, you can lock in a price before the rate goes up. So essentially what this looks like is you send them a text before their birthday and you're like, hey, Miss Jones, I just checked my calendar. It looks like you have a birthday coming up in about a month. I wanted to reach out to you because I know obviously we were talking, whenever we were talking, right? Whatever time that you spoke with them, just put that in the automation. I know we were speaking a couple months ago and you mentioned that you wanted to, cover a funeral. Obviously with inflation, I wanted to reach out and see if you wanted to add more coverage before the price goes up. If you wanted to add and lock in more coverage before your rate increases, right? And so now, instead of you just reaching out trying to, sell them something extra, you're helping them lock in a deal, right? And so this works absolutely flawlessly when you send them that text about a month before, because now there's urgency. They have to reach out to you before the month, and you can ultimately get those extra sales. So again, the way this works is whenever you, it's kind of the same way as before. So you're going to have that form that you fill out. You're going to ask or fill in their birthday. And then this is going to trigger an automation that recurs every year. So annually, send text and email 1 month before B-Day, right? And this is essentially how you set it up. So you have the form, they ask the birthday, and then you schedule this automation out annually to send them a text and an email 1 month before their birthday every single year. So you're getting that same opportunity to get an upsell every single year with every single client that you get. And as you can imagine, this just snowballs and snowballs and snowballs on itself until you have such a big book of business and literally you have one of these texts going out like every single day, which is pretty cool because at that point, you don't even have to buy leads anymore. So pre-birthday text, again, if you guys want to get this already done for you, something that we offer for our clients, so you can click the link down below to learn more about that. But the third automation is going to be appointment reminders, right? So one of the best things that you can do to boost your show rate is literally just sending people appointment reminders, right? Now, it's not perfect. You're still going to get no-shows, but this boosts your no-show rate a considerable amount, right? I don't have the exact statistics on like whether it's, like 7.5% or 11%, but it definitely boosts your show rate, right? Now, the way that I've found to do appointment reminders the best is to actually make them confirm the appointment, right? So what we do is we send them appointment. We send them a text upon booking that is like obviously automated. So it's like, hey, your appointment with, Jimmy from life insurance company has been confirmed. And then I send them another text that looks like it's supposed to be manual. And it's like, and this is like maybe like 2 minutes after booking. So it's like the automated one comes in and then 2 minutes after it's like, I'm texting them. So it's like, hey, Miss Jones, this is Tim. I just saw your appointment come through on my calendar. I know life gets busy sometimes. I just wanted to confirm that you were able to put it down on your schedule so that we're able to meet together. And then they'll text back confirming that. And then I'll send them 2 more reminders, right? 24 hours, actually 3 more, 24 hours, 1 hour, and 15 minutes. And this like loop of appointment reminders is what I've seen work the best. So you have the one upon booking, you have the 1 2 minutes right after that's like a manual text just confirming. You have 24 hours before, you have 1 hour, and then you have 15 minutes before, and then you obviously call them. And so I've seen this have a massive impact on the show rate, right? And if you don't have this, your no-show rate is going to be through the roof. Now, the fourth one is a new client flow, right? So what I've found is that the best things that you can do is kind of automate some of the back end, because that's where a lot of your money is going to be made, but it's not like the highest dollar producing activity, right? So your time as an insurance agent is best spent getting new clients, right? So you want to be spending your time getting new clients, and then you want to automate the fulfillment, right? Because the nice thing about insurance is like, there's no product that you really have to fulfill. You just have to get them to keep their policy. So you should be spending your time here, and then keeping clients is like, it can be tedious because there's a lot of like work that goes into it, but most of that work can be automated. Whereas getting new clients, part of this can be automated, but not as much as this, right? So you want to spend your time on this. So time goes into this, and then automation goes into this. And then the automations are also going to find you those cross-sell and upsell opportunities on the back end, right? So the new client flow, this is going to get you referrals and retention, right? We want both of these. If we get more referrals and we get higher retention on our policies, we're doing well, right? So the new client flow is basically, it's a 180-day automation that goes out to our clients to basically incentivize them to keep their policy with us. Because the biggest reason that people cancel is because they don't ever hear from their agent, right? When I used to sell insurance in the field, we would go out, sell somebody a policy, and then leave. And the only reason I would call them or reach out to them is if they stopped making their payment, which is the definition of being reactive versus proactive, right? So you have reactive versus proactive. And being proactive will prevent these things. Being reactive means that you're reacting to something that's already a problem. So being proactive is always better. If we can automate it, it allows it to be really easy for us to do. So the way that we do that is we have a 180-day follow-up. So we go immediately after, right? So after sale, like a thank you. After sale, thank you. Thank you. And then we ask for a review, right? And we send them a link to our Google review page. So after sale, thank you, and Google review. And then after that, we're going to do 30 days. Or actually, sorry. We're going to do 2 weeks after, so 15 days. 30 days. 60 days. 90 days. And then 180 days after. All right. And basically, I'll tell you guys what each of these do. This 15-day one is checking, have they gotten their policy? So policy received, right? Here is confirming policy received and checkup. 60 days is checkup. 180 days or 90 days is also checkup. And then you're also asking for referrals here. And then 180 days is check up for upsell, right? Because if they've kept their policy for 180 days, like the likelihood that they're going to cancel it is extremely low. And so we're going to check in and see if they want to add more coverage, right? Because a lot of times, here's what realistically happens. Your clients completely forget about you because you never reach out to them and you never contact them. And then whenever they think about getting more coverage, they just hit up the first person on a Facebook ad that they see. Like, they don't actually save your contact. They don't care about you. You're just the person that got them insurance one time. And so if you want to build loyal clients that will go back and buy from you, you have to be reaching out and staying top of mind, which is what this automation allows you to do. Now, the fifth one, this is actually one of my favorite, and this is a handwritten card. And then this allows you to get referrals. And you may be saying, Tim, like, how the hell can you automate a handwritten card? Well, I'm glad you asked because this is super cool. What you do is you have inside of your Go High Level, whenever you fill out that sale form, right? So you fill out the form. This is going to send what's called a webhook to the software called Zapier. Okay? So you're going to send a webhook to the software called Zapier, and then Zapier is going to connect to this software called Handwritten, right? Now, if this is sounding crazy complex to you, don't worry. I'll try and break it down a little bit. And then Handwritten is going to then send a letter. So send a letter. Instead of you manually on a Saturday going out and, buying a bunch of envelopes and handwriting all these different letters, this can all happen literally in an instant. So as soon as you make that sale, you fill out the form, which obviously would have their address. And then that is going to send this automation to Zapier, which Zapier is just like the software that like connects different softwares, basically. It's just it's a software that helps you do automations. It's really simple to use once you get the hang of it. And then basically Zapier will automatically send a handwritten card to your client. And the card is like signed off from you. It's literally written with a pen. They have like a machine that hand writes the letter. So it's actually handwritten and then sends it to your client. It's not printed. And so this takes about 2 weeks to arrive. So from the time of you making the sale, it takes about 2 weeks to arrive. And then you're going to have a reminder, right? So 2 weeks later, it's going to give you a reminder to reach out. And because of the law of reciprocity, you just gave them a letter. You just sent them this super nice thing. It was like really personal and, really, really nice. When you reach back out to them, they're going to feel like they owe you. Law of reciprocity. So you're going to call them up. Hey, just checking in. Did you get my letter? Awesome. Amazing. Well, great. How's everything going with your policy? Awesome. Well, one thing that I like to do for all of my clients is I offer them a service where I will actually reach out to somebody in their network that needs life insurance, and I'll help insure your family. That's not the exact referral script. That's just kind of like me doming it. But basically what we say is we do a satisfaction survey, right? So you do a satisfaction survey. You call the person up. Hey, I'm just checking in. I always like to, improve and get better as a life insurance agent. So I just wanted to call in and check on you and, just ask you a couple questions about how I did for you the other week, right? Okay, yeah, sure. So you do on a scale of 1 to 10, right? And then you ask them a series of questions, rating you on a scale of 1 to 10. And then you say on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to recommend me to a friend or family member? And if they say anything between an 8 to a 10, they're basically committing to giving you a referral because they just said that they would be likely to give you a referral. And then you just say, awesome. Well, how do you feel like I was able to help you the most? Oh, well, you got me this, you got me that, you helped me get good insurance. Amazing. Well, Miss Jones, who else do you know that would benefit from having, a good insurance policy for a low price like I was able to help you with? Who else do you know that would benefit from that? And then you just wait, you write down the names and numbers, and then you call them and close the deals. And that is the power of the handwritten card plus referrals. The other thing that's really cool too is you include your phone number on the handwritten card and tell them to stick it to their refrigerator so that they never lose your number. And then whenever somebody goes into their house, they're going to see that card on the fridge, ask about it, and then conversation start. Oh, they're the ones who got me my life insurance. So that's the power of the handwritten card. And those are the 5 automations that every single life insurance agent needs. Now, you can go and implement this for yourself, or if you want us to have all of this set up for you and give you our pre-made automation so you can just plug this into your business, then click the link down below to apply to join our program where we set all of this up for you so that you can focus on making sales. So hopefully you guys got value from this video. Hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.